Hey everybody, Rhadamant here. Thanks for tuning in to Frost and Fire episode 76. So this episode, what I'm hoping to accomplish is a bit of a Killbox redesign. We've been saving up steel and plasteel, and I think it's about time. I did want to cover one thing though. What makes a Zeus hammer strong? This was a question posed to me in the comments. So if you take a look at the average centipede here, their sharp resistance is 72 and their blunt resistance is 22. That means that for the same amount of sharp or blunt damage, the centipede, or really any mech, as you can see, all of them have way more sharp than blunt. But any mech is far more likely to resist sharp damage, which is blades and bullets, over blunt damage. So a blunt weapon, like Bash's Zeus hammer here, that does, let's say it does 34 damage for a strike, versus Phoenix's, which might do 32 damage a strike faster, albeit at 1.6 per swing, versus, of course, 2.2. The blunt damage is far less likely to get mitigated. Essentially, when you strike a target, there are three things that can happen. One is that you take full damage, or the target takes full damage, either or, depending on who's striking. Two is that there is partial mitigation, and three is full mitigation. And because everybody's blunt armor tends to be far less than their sharp armor, this is also true of general enemies as well. This is true of pretty much everybody in the game will have a lot less blunt than sharp, meaning that blunt damage, although it might be, its numbers might not be as strong as sharp, it will more often than not do a lot more damage. And then there's the added benefit for the Zeus hammer, which is different than other blunt weapons, that it will EMP upon impact, which gives someone like Bash a chance to hit a, let's say, centipede and stun it for a bit, allowing everybody else to shoot at it without it shooting back or headbutting back or whatever it might be. All right. I also had a lot of feedback about my farms are freezing, so I'm getting them powered back on. I didn't have the heaters on. At this point, let's turn on all heaters on everywhere. Spinning them up. Okay, so the Killbox redesign is going to be probably quite a project. Yeah, hippie, yeah, just keep shredding that. And we're almost certainly going to need more... we're almost certainly going to need more steel than we currently have. So, here we go. We're starting it. I don't know about the cables underneath, so I'm just breaking it down this way. So the concept here is to add a lot of autocannon turrets on the top and bottom of the ends. And then I might also take a pass at redesigning the Killbox entryway, but I'm not going to do that immediately. We're after here is healing up from all of the reckless shenanigans that I took part in. And for that, I'm glad he weathered it well. And then I'm also going to be switching over the stone from what was previously used, which was, of course, limestone, to granite here. Because we're just about out of limestone, but we have plenty of granite left. And as you can see, all the mini turrets and everything else is in good condition, so there's not much of a problem there. Look at all of the slag steel that Hippie is getting for us. The animal priority hauling here, I think what I'm going to do is paint just around the slagger. And then remove, well, we'll still keep moving the mechs. That's fine. In fact, instead of making flak clothing, JD, would you shred mechs? That would be good. So the idea that I had here is to have turrets like this so that we can just have a lot more field of fire when enemies are incoming. Wow, Hippie's still going. She's gonna need to take a break, so I'm gonna send her. Oh, okay. Well, eat here and then haul steel back. Fortunately, it's only 55 steel because you're filling an incomplete stack. That's too bad. All right. I don't think there will be a problem with the roof collapsing due to this redesign. But we'll see. All right, Raptor should be on his feet pretty soon. Yeah, 1 damage and 0 damage, so he'll be fully healed by the end of tonight. It also reminds me that getting healing enhancers in on everybody might be a good goal for me to undertake, so that in the future, when we have injuries, we recover more quickly. And this is a really good thing to do before the end game reactor raids. I still need to pick up the pump shotgun and some of the silver out here. And I'll be swinging by to grab that stuff soon. And we can see here, Gabe is still getting steel. And you might think, oh, 1,400 steel, that is a lot. It is 350 steel per autocannon turret. So as one might imagine, this Killbox redesign project is going to be extraordinarily steel pricey. And I'm likely to zero my account out, because I'm looking to add 8 autocannon turrets, which is quite a lot of steel. You know, that's, what is that? 2,800 steel, I think. Something like that. So, oh, let's forbid that for now. Okay, there was a little bit of a collapse, but no problem. So it's going to look something like this, where we, again, split up these turrets so that they can't chain react. And then we will add a back wall like that. I'm going to be moving a lot of the power cables so that there's no issues there. And then, of course, behind these, what we're going to want is a wall like this, and then a way to rearm them separately. Maybe moving this door over here, so that we can easily pass through if we need to. And then once that's all done, we are going to want the sort of 2-section back here as well. So something along these lines. And then we'll mirror it up here, which is going to be a little tricky, because there's obviously less room. But it will look something like 1, 2, 3, 4, just like it was down here. And then the side walls, the rearming doors. And the rearming doors also stops enemies from being able to sneak back into the thoroughfare, or whatever you want to call it. And then one of the things I'm going to need to do is reroute this here to go around and not into my secure area. So we will redo this as well. something like that. Let me plan this out. So what it's going to be is we'll have this wall come in like this, and then the maze will continue down like that or so, leaving this area untouched. Okay. Well, yep. You see the sort of layout. We're almost done moving these mechs. And let's get building. Now, another thing I might want to do for my builders here is anytime I see anyone near the stockpiles, I might want to switch out for Took, because it is getting pretty cold out, and we're going to want to Took up. So I'll try to make that swap. Yeah, because as you can see, Leth here is getting cold without one on. So Gabe is traveling close to home. Let's get you tooked. Bash is close here too. Get you tooked. I'm trying not to interrupt their workflow. And the difference, of course, between took and no took here, as you can see, 84 Celsius to 99. It's pretty significant. It is pretty significant. So it's definitely worth doing. And Phoenix, you're close by. Let's get Tuka on you too. And then that just leaves Leth, who is gonna do it now. Where are you, Leth? Yeah, I guess a good Tuke. I don't have a masterwork or anything like that. Oh, excellent. Okay, done. Other things I might want is some lights. I'll put one here and one here. The animals here, Maverick and Glitch, they should be fine in the current temperature for a little bit longer. It's not going to be that much of a problem, the temperatures for them. This is about their upper limit of comfort, but that also means that as they're currently not actually getting hypothermic yet. How much steel are you hauling? 31? Ooh, that's not a lot. And now we can roof this up. We'll have lights. We'll leave the lights on for now. And you can kind of see how this is all going to lay out. In fact, I don't even need this door. It's a weird double door, but it allows for pass-through. So I like it. Cool. I think it looks powerful. But I'm definitely going to want it. Ooh, new lovers. Really? Okay. Okay. Good for you two. Hippie and Raptor forming a couple. Even though she's a misandrist. Now, the funny thing here is she was married to Bash, right? And Bash is Raptor's brother, so this is very much keeping it in the family in a sort of a gross way, albeit. Okay, so the path here, we can leave that intact. This new path is going to look... Wait, was that the bear? Oh, I messed that up. Actually, no. Let's fix this a little bit. There. That's what it should look like. Okay. So it just diverts around the secure area here. And then once I have all this laid out, I will, of course, we'll be building the actual turrets. There's no point in redesigning this without the actual turrets. So there is the sapper path. And this sapper path, I have slate, right? This sapper path will then follow here, like that, moving around the Killbox area so they don't combine. I think I'm also going to add in some doors around there, though, just for more freedom of movement. There we go. Looking good. Now the rest of this is just making sure that I have enough steel, the 2800 steel threshold, to get said turrets built, which is a kind of a lot. I mean, obviously, kind of a lot. And then likewise, we are going to put lights back here as well. I like how this is technically a room. It's a room with not much of a view. What are we repairing? Ooh, ground penetrating scanner. Turn that bad boy off and throw a roof on it, because it is getting just about impossible to keep heated now. Now, the steel that I have in my stockpiles, plus all the steel out here, is just about enough for the autocannons. Yeah, it's just about enough to build these autocannons. But there is the Killbox expansion. Or take part one of it, I should say. It's not the only part. Also probably going to want fire foam. In front of these guys, which again is more steel, more components. There we go. Roofed off. Now it will be a little bit easier to heat the base. So, the quality of the flak vests. I had a question about that as well on YouTube. Looks like all of our flak vests are excellent plus, but a lot of them are getting very broken down. So we did just have JD make 2 spare flak vests at normal quality. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Let's make excellent to legendary flak vests and have him keep cranking them out with the cloth that I have. Again, this will also use steel. Everything uses steel. We are addicted to steel, and I can admit that. Okay, there we go. So this is the last of the pathing that we need. Let me remove all the plans from this area. And then I think what I'll do is get, because we already started this one, get these 4 built first, and then continue to build the rest. Let's build these 2 first. Rather than dividing our attention and building a bunch of them partially, it'd be best if I built a few of them fully, so that if we do get an attack soon, I can defend myself. Whoa! Oh boy. Okay, this changes the equation. I know you haven't seen these guys yet, but Leviathans are really rare. Think Thrumbo level rarity. Yeah. Whew. Okay, let's get moving. We're gonna definitely take advantage of these big Leviathans. They're harder to kill than Thrumbo, though. I will also warn you that. All right, let's get people rallied. Now, the only problem that I foresee is Raptor's going to get rather cold rather fast. I thought these guys were mythical. I know I included them, but I just had never seen them spawn. So I'm going to start by berserking one into the other, trying to get them to fight each other, because that's going to be my best bet for not getting absolutely stomped by them. Because they're very, very, very tough to kill. If you take a look here at their armor, they have a sharp higher than a centipede. And blunt pretty ridiculously high too. These guys are, I mean, it'd be very, very hard to kill normally. But luckily I could force them to fight one another. Raptor, you stay warm, buddy. I'm gonna have Raptor return home. Actually, Raptor, grab a thing of steel and then return. There goes one. Oh boy. Glitch and Maverick, it's time for you to fall back. As you can see, the shots that have put in this thing have phased it, but it is still pretty pissed. I'd rather not use my turrets, because we are already at a steel deficit. So we'll try to deal with this the old-fashioned kite and fight. Ho ho ho! Don't get up. Fantastic. JD, would you be so kind as to haul one? And Gabe, haul some steel. And Leth, when you're done with that, haul some steel as well. Quite the trophy. Not that I'm trophy hunting. All right, so taking a look at these turrets again, let's go ahead and set up dead power in the walls behind them. This does mean I will have to move this cable like that so that we can actually turn them off. And then let's embed the power in the walls a little bit more nicely. I don't really like cables running over the, connect it here. So I don't want cables running too close to the traps. It's not going to look wonderful, but it is a Killbox defenses, so it doesn't need to be perfect. That was a good find. Sorry, Leviathans. You beautiful, beautiful creatures. I have absolutely no idea how we're hauling them, as they are a unbelievable weight, but that's been always a sort of a meme of RimWorld that you can haul around an elephant all by yourself. Right? Okay, there we go. So now we have dead power to turn off these turrets. And embedded in the wall so they can't be destroyed, forcing them on or anything like that. Raptor. Let's butcher. So these guys have an interesting benefit killing a Leviathan, if you were wondering. The Leviathan chitin here is unbelievably good for armor. It's not amazing for insulation compared to the sort of crab for heat, because as you can see, crab for heat is higher, and the wool for cold, which is much higher, but it makes for incredibly good armor. And then the Leviathan Pearl, which is a trade item, much like a Thrumbo Horn, except for you can't wield it as a weapon. And then we also have the amazing amount of meat that it produces. For now, I'm going to forbid the other one just because we don't have room for the bounty of meat that we're about to receive. Oh, and you're butchering them anyway. Don't do that. All right, so we'll put the Leviathan Pearl away. I do want to butcher this Leviathan before it rots, of course, but what I might end up doing is actually setting everybody up to find meals for a bit, whittling down my find meal amount, and allowing people to enjoy the bounty of the hunt. Fearful structure. Wow. So, it is a rather small structure. It's only metallic, wood, or stone for 500, which isn't that much. And it does give honor. So, I will accept it with Raptor, because that extra honor would be a useful thing to call in backup. And it fits into our monument builder area. Of course, this diverts attention away from the Killbox, but 500 steel is not that big of a deal, or let's say call it 600. So that would be 8 stockpiles of steel here. Steel for monument. Critically important that raw steel get placed here, and that will allow us to build this monument rather quickly. We can also then have pet priority hauling here, and then put these pets back on priority hauling now that there aren't manhunted Leviathans about. And let's put pet priority hauling up here as well, allowing them to have access to more steel. Oh, and here as well. In fact, there's so much steel here, it's kicking the doors open and making it hard to... Oh, no, it isn't. The door's down here. Never mind. Never mind. Well, that's annoying. Yeah, we have a lot of low partial flak vests. And here is... Oh, man. Well, actually, that's not so bad. Gabe had just started planting them. So that I haven't really lost much. Okay, that was the weakest blight I've ever seen. And with that said, Randy has been pissed off. He's about to do something terrible to me. I know it. Anytime you tease Randy, he comes back with a vengeance. Oh, really? 99% done. You're just gonna finish up. Okay. All right, there we go. So we have the first 2 turrets. Then I'm just gonna focus on the monument next. We don't have it even placed, but we already have about a third of the steel to build it. Gonna have Hippie move the smelter. Oh, she needs food. There. We'll send her back, hauling. Alright, there's the monument. We are gonna be slate wall or steel walls, steel doors, everything made of steel. Done. That's gonna be easy to build, I think. And then the added, really why I did it is the added honor that I get from it allows me to have access to another aerodrone salvo. So if we get in a very sticky situation where I need to bomb my way out of, well, we have access to that. It's going to be really nice. Now, I would like to wait for an inspiration to use the chitin for JD, but all the inspirations that Raptor has tried to impart into JD have been surgery. Well, this time it was shoot frenzy, so I guess that's new. So you can see Bash is nearly done. Why is Hippie nearly breaking? New relationship, but she's very angry. And we are done. Ta-da! Monument completed. Now, of course, if this gets damaged, we do summon ourselves a nice mech cluster. So that's something to be avoided, if possible. Just gonna lazily set this up as a repair zone. I also want to prop these doors open so that mechanoids can't get stuck in there and decide to destroy their way out. And now with that, let's go ahead and set up more autocannon turrets. We've had a moment of calm, which is rare, so let's use it. Move the smelter yet again. This little mobile smelter. Setting up the pet priority halls. 9 steel. No, I think you can do better than that. And Phoenix is working on building these new ones. Yeah, there goes our steel. Bye-bye, steel. It was nice to have you when I had you. So we have quite a lot of beer. Yeah, 122. That is a pretty decent amount. And we have a pretty decent amount of tea as well, at about 100. So we replenished our drug stockpile. Definitely nice. Just keep grinding away, Leth. I love it. Now, we're starting to get a little bit of hypothermia while out there. Just a tad. That's something to keep an eye on. Making sure it doesn't get out of control to the point where we're endangered. But we really haven't gotten there yet. And here comes 2 more autocannon turrets. As soon as Bash is done hauling steel and then plasteel. The fine meals we haven't been cooking. I think that's just because Raptor's asleep. All right, let's go with 2 more. This is really going to tax out our steel. But I really do think it's a very good investment. Long-term investment. Oh, we have a baby crab. Baby crab 11. And it's going to celebrate life the same way all the other baby crabs did. Unfortunately. So our mining drill area is tapped for resources, and we're relying on hauling from the pets. And these old mining zones are nearly empty as well. An indicator of how expensive these autocannon turrets are. And why I put the construction of them off for so long. Because of how expensive they are. Hey, cargo pods. Okay, Randy's being nice. So that's usually an advanced apology, in my experience. He's usually nice before he's mean. So we have all the steel that we need in this one, and almost all the steel in that one. So we're nearly 3/4 done. This used to be a massive pile of slag, and this mobile smelter has been going through that backlog pretty quickly, I'd like to think. And now for the last 2. The bank breaking last 2. Now, I would have loved to have some of these be uraniums, because uranium slugs really pack quite a punch. But I think that we really won't have enough uranium sourced to make use of uranium slug turrets. And it would be foolish to spend time and money investing in uranium slug turrets only to have them idle when we need them most, because I'm out of uranium. Which is why I haven't bothered with that. And we got Fib mech on Bash. Let me wake up Raptor and attend to him. We probably don't need industrial tech meds for this. Just lessen the pain. Now, one of the wonderful things about Fib mech is moving and manipulation goes up, so he'll be even faster at setting up the these autocannon turrets, but he'll be in pain doing it. We did manage to get 2 excellent flak vests made with JD. Pods and insects. Ooh. Rhadamant, skeleton leader of Reapers. It wants to provoke 32 hives at our location. Oh boy. Well, me, you... that is an interesting... How long do I have? 6 days? So, one of the interesting things about this is it would be very, very easy for me to bait the this hive into a position where I'd want them, because everything is honestly just too cold for them to spawn at the moment. So all I would need to do is to heat a section of this area and turn the heat off here, and I could do that quest for free, with the added benefit of turning if they don't set too much on fire, the added benefit of turning the bugs into nutrient paste. So it's definitely a quest I'm interested in. It is very funny that we got a quest from the Reapers. Bit of a head scratcher, that, but all right, sure. it pays, it pays, right? And a Psychic Soothe female. Bash is in a bad mood, though. Even though he likes his work. So here is the last, second to last autocannon turret being built. So let's do this. This heater will be put... What I need to do is I need to set them up on dead power so that I can turn the heat off and, as a result, freeze the bugs. So I'm going to move those two heaters that our miners are using and repurpose them for bug bait. Don't be flirting with Leth. Leth's already taken. We have more room for fine meals, so let's get through the fine meal backlog. And that will free up space for the other Leviathan to be butchered. So we need to raise the temperature of this cave here to at least -16 Celsius. So I don't know how many heaters we're going to need, but it might be more than I'm currently installing. We'll see. We'll see how much that climbs. But it would be really good to do this quest during the winter when all the bugs are then going to freeze to death and I won't even really have to set them on fire. Yeah. I think, yeah, I did have a heater here. So if we're going with the freeze them to death, I'm going to uninstall the incendiary traps because that works against the freezing them to death goal because you can't really freeze and burn them at the same time. I mean, you can, but it tends not to work very well. Got to do one, not both. All right, hippie. Let's move the smelter again. Pet priority hauling will be moved as well. Get rid of the old islands, put in new ones. Okay, last turret is up. So Killbox has been redesigned. Awesome. This is not quite warm enough, but it's getting closer. We might need one more heater. Oh, Maverick getting a little... Okay, so my pets are getting frostbit. So I'm going to have them inside. Where is Glitch? The pets here are very resistant to cold, but not immune. Okay, time to butcher the Leviathan. Let's hope there's space. Also would be good to use the wool and the chitin and stuff like that as well. So we could take a look at our parka. How much wool do we have? Enough for 2 batches. So parka toques. I'll do them first, of course, because it's cold. This cave is not warm enough. We're going to have to build another heater. So I'll build the heater here and then ship it out. But I do think it's worth it. I do think it is worth it. Well, that is all the time I have for this episode. I hope you enjoyed the Killbox redesign. And of course, we are going to be setting up for that odd quest of baiting bugs into a trap of ours, a hypothermic trap. If you have any feedback for me, let me know in the comments below. Thank you so very much for watching. I'll catch you next episode. Farewell.